Vinyl Community, Jeff here, and I'm just going to do a quick little, let's say I want to start a thread. I've never started a thread. I've never attempted to start a thread. I don't think I've ever started anything that turned into a thread, but I had an idea for a possible thread because I'm sure that there are other similar type stories or examples that could be shown of what I'm about to ask about. So, and I know that even this, well, at least one of these, at least, you know, this is folklore, hearsay, and not hearsay, but folklore, you know, whether it's actually true or not. But, you know, it's kind of a fun little thing, and I'd love to hear of other cases. Maybe there are some things that are well documented to be the case. But what we're talking about is how album titles might be a response or a comment or something that they're trying to say to somebody in response. Now, this all came up only because recently in May was the 35th anniversary release of Van Halen's OU812. And that kind of brought it up to mind. And then I saw Facebook posts about it where they kind of, you know, I saw one where they superimposed David Lee Roth over Sammy. But anyway, so the folklore, or I don't know if there's truth to it. I know that still on Wikipedia it just refers to as folklore. That apparently OU812, aside from being supposedly on the side of a box that Sammy Hagar saw a truck and thought was cute, they say that it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek reply to David Lee Roth's first solo album, Eat 'Em and Smile. So if you remember, of course, David Lee Roth left Van Halen in 85-ish or so, and Van Halen came out with an album in 86 with Sammy Hagar, and then, you know, shortly thereafter, David Lee Roth releases his first full solo album, Eat 'Em and Smile. To, you know, and then a year or so after that, OU812. So it's kind of like David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile, Van Halen, oh, U812. Tongue-in-cheek, fun, folklore, truth, I don't know. Has ever been clarified? I don't know. And I'm just throwing this out there. These are stories that go around. So you've got, you know, that. So do you know of any other examples where bands have titled an album specifically to address or to respond or to, you know, make some kind of comment against or for something else? Another example that came to mind is back in the days when there was all the turmoil with Queensryche, and you had Geoff Tate getting kicked out of the band, and then you had the band and Geoff Tate fighting over the name, who owns Queensryche, the name, and you had both bands release albums under the name Queensryche, like within a short amount of time, of close to each other. And it just so happens that the first Geoff Tate Queensryche album was called Frequency Unknown, and as you can see, the big logo on the front, it's almost like he's saying Queensryche F you. So, you know, telling the guys what they could do. That's how I take it. Again, it just seems too obvious that after this whole big ordeal, you know, that he puts out an album with that on. So things like that. Albums which are apparently, whether they're confirmed or not, that are apparently responses to something else going on, to someone else going on. It could be a band fight like that. Things along that line. I don't know. Do you know of any stories like that where they've made a statement based on something, controversy that was going on with the band at the time? Just things like that. Anything you have an idea for, see if you can do this, and let's start a little thread and have some fun. Tell some stories about, maybe you know some backstories about bands and titles and things along that line. It could be even song titles. Just fun. Have fun with it. If you want, jump on board. And until I see you again, I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.